What's up, guys? Wait, how are we doing this? What's up, everyone? I'm Denver.
And I'm Anna.
And this is our first episode of Double Take.
So since this is our first episode, we want to do a little bit of Q&A, a little get to know us. So like I said, my name's Anna. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Brazil, but currently live in Jacksonville, Florida. And I'm a veterinary ICU nurse.
So, as you guys also know, my name is Denver Morgan. I am 23 years old, about to be 24 soon. And I am from Atlanta, Georgia, but I've lived majority of my life in Jacksonville, so Jacksonville's practically home. And I am currently a middle school teacher. And I do social media for fun on the side. So, as you guys know, what I like to talk about a lot is why are people single in Jacksonville? And Anna, I'm going to ask you that first. This is our first question of the day. Why do you think you're single, girly?
I don't know. I feel like I've definitely raised my standards from the last person I dated for sure. The bar was on the ground. The bar dug itself a hole.
Oh, a hole's crazy.
But it's definitely, my type. Kind of scars out here.
Scars?
Scars? Scarce?
Scarce?
Scars.
It's scarce. I think it's scarce. Is it scarce or scars? We're not going to use that word. It's okay. But I know what you're talking about. I know what you're trying to say, though.
Let's see. Honestly, I feel like my type has definitely changed, and I'm definitely looking for more than what these Jacksonville men can offer.
I'm so sorry. No, like literally, I want to say something. There's no hate to Jacksonville men. Like, I don't think it's the place. I definitely think it's just our choice, and we don't have the best selection choices. Let alone not just us. Like a lot of people who are single. A lot of people who are single in Jacksonville who can't seem to find love. Like, it's not like, I don't think it's the place. Like, I very much love Jacksonville. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you love Jacksonville. It's like, I do. Girl, this place is amazing. Like, this is definitely a great place to visit and have fun in. But I don't know if it's like personal choices or just society, but there's no hate to Jacksonville whatsoever. It's just we do not have the best, or we didn't have the best taste in men at the time.
Yeah. I definitely think it's just because it's such a big city with so many new people all the time, and so many different experiences.
That part.
That really just conflict almost.
True. I don't know. That's crazy. Are you sure it's type? I feel like it's low-key society. Honestly, the reason why I'm still single is right now it's single by choice. But why?
Definitely.
It's
definitely we're single by choice.
We're single by choice.
Yes.
Now though, honestly, not even now though. All of my relationships pretty much same. Were low-key kind of toxic. I feel like we very much live in a generation where people feel like once you're with me forever and you can't let go. I don't think people have kind of put it in their minds that hey, I'm with this person and we're just supposed to be making each other happy. It's more of a in today's generation, I feel like people get into relationships just to take. It's not about giving to each other. What can we give to one another to make each other happy?
Yeah.
In this generation,
it's definitely what can I gain from this person?
Literally, I feel like that's we kind of live in a society where it's what can I gain? And once I don't feel like I'm gaining much from you anymore, I'm going to see where I can get it elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's how it is over here too. People will just get what they want from someone, and once that person pretty much gave them what they wanted or can't give them more, they just go on to the next who can. But then at the same time, they're lacking on the other things.
That part. Same thing with I feel like we're in a generation where people don't realize everybody has flaws. At the end of the day, you just need to come to terms with these flaws. Am I going to stay with you? Or when I go to the next person, they're going to have flaws too. Or am I going to end up staying with this person and their flaws? Like, I feel like we live in a generation where we're looking for perfection, when in reality, there is no such thing as perfection. Um, uh, yeah, I'm still single because I feel like now I know what I want. Like in the previous, I feel like in all of my relationships, I never really knew what I want. And when I did know what I want, I never put my foot down, and I stayed with people when I knew that they weren't what I wanted, or when I knew that they couldn't provide. Cause I'm like, all this time and energy that I put into you, maybe you'll change, maybe you'll be better. But like, girl, we're grown. We are literally grown. I don't think we have time to just like, train a boy to be a man anymore. I'm ready for a man, which is why I'm still single now. But no, like, I feel like my last relationship was the very first relationship where I was actually okay with it ending. Like, running back on the whole, I feel like we live in a generation where people don't want to let each other go. And we end up traumatizing ourselves and staying in really bad, sticky situations when we know that, like, it's probably best for us to leave and we're probably better with other people. Yeah. But, yeah, girl, you want to add on to that? Like,
yes. So I definitely agree with that. To add on to like the people staying with someone else because, well, like maybe it'll get better. That's pretty much where I was with my ex. I mean, I was really upset when it ended because I was the one to hold on to the relationship, but I ended up hurting myself so much, and it literally, like, everyone would always see me and be like, are you sick? Are you okay? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. And like, they would always ask me if everything was okay, and I would always tell them yes. When in reality, she was literally crying herself to sleep every night. Yeah, and like, been there. Person was right next to me, and like, I was literally just facing the other way, and like, yeah. Aww. And yeah, the way it ended, it was just really bad situation. Like, he pretty much talked to everyone and just came up to me and dropped it on me. Yeah, so like, when it came up to, like, when the conversation came up to me, it was pretty much like a decision. It wasn't like a conversation. Yeah. Yeah, so I like, literally, it like tore me apart. But we are better now.
I'm not. Yeah, look at this queen.
Yeah.
We gonna be all right.
Yes. Aw, it gets better.
No, ladies, like, and gentlemen, like, it does get better. Like, please don't stay like in this loop of, I'll never find my future partner. Like, yes, like, it's time, patience, healing. I definitely think like the biggest thing what's wrong with this generation is people keep hopping into relationships knowing that they need help. Like, oh! Spit on it.
And if the
get into it. We're getting into it.
And like, if the shoe fits, wear it, Cinderella.
If the shoe fits. But like, no, I feel like a lot of people tend to get into relationships knowing that, one, they're not over a previous relationship. And it doesn't necessarily mean like, I'm not over this girl or this guy, like, I'm in love with them still. Like, I mean, like, over the trauma. Yeah. Like, you've been traumatized and you end up bringing that trauma into the next relationship. Like,
and then you traumatize the next person.
Exactly. And then you end up hurting somebody, and that hurt person ends up hurting other people, and it becomes a chain reaction.
And I think that's pretty much kind of what happened here in Jacksonville, because I feel like a lot of people here don't understand the difference from like healing and like getting over the person versus healing and getting over the trauma in the situation, because sometimes they're over the person, or like over the person and everything, but they're not over the situation. And then they're very like insecure, anxious, like whatever it is with the next person. Yeah. When that person is probably not doing anything to like really trigger that.
Yeah. I definitely feel like that's how my last relationship was. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, me and my ex, we didn't have the most traumatizing breakup. Mm-hmm. Like, was it sad? Yes, it's always sad leaving like a relationship, because it's like, you're not just breaking up with somebody, you go your separate ways. Like, you're also leaving your best friend, because majority of the time, the person that you date is the person that you talk to every day. Yeah. Let alone, like, there's like,
we live together.
Oh, those are the worst. Yeah. Girl got to pack her bags and dip. Those are the worst. But no, I kind of had a similar situation, but it wasn't toxic. Like, that's always like, I feel like for the first time in my life, even though this relationship was like, it could be better. It always, like, I feel like in every relationship you learn things on your end and like the other person's end. But I feel like this was probably the best like learning experience where I truly felt like, dang, I actually am ready, because I went into this relationship understanding like this is either going to work out and it's not, or it's not. Like, you have to be okay with somebody not wanting to be with you. Like, that's another thing. Like, I feel like when you get into a relationship, you need to understand if somebody feels as though that you are not fulfilling them, and I mean like truly, like they feel in their heart that fulfilling them where they either need to be alone to find themselves, or like fulfilling them to where they feel like they can find better. Because like if you feel like you can find better, baby boy, go ahead and find better, because the goal is to like find our soulmates. Like I feel like you have to be okay with leaving. But no, like we didn't have the most traumatizing breakup in the world, but like I was okay. He believe it or not, he broke up with me. See, no, he broke, but I respect him for doing that, because like a lot of men, no, sorry, a lot of boys, they'll understand that they're not right for someone, or like understand that they cannot fulfill this woman's needs, let alone like AKA be loyal. Like they know that they still want to play games, and they lie to women in their face.
Is loyal.
They'll lie to like women in their face and be like, "Oh, baby girl, it's you and only you." In reality, he's texting Becky in the back. Like my ex respected me enough to understand like, hey, I don't think that I'm the right person for you, or I don't think right now I can fulfill your needs. Like I need to work on myself. And like, you know, it was sad. I respected him. Like we don't talk anymore. He's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. But like I respected him for letting me go. And it was really heartbreaking, but like I was like okay at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And like that's when you know that you're ready for a relationship, when you're like, if you feel like it's not me, that's fine. Because I know at the end of the day, like God's got my back, and I'm gonna find who's really for me. If you feel like that's not you, the shoe's gonna fit elsewhere. Like remember that, like it's not the end of the world. Trust.
Yeah, I definitely want to touch on like the people like not being able to be by themselves. So I did a little research, lol.
I'm just like, girl.
So pretty much I read that I did a lot of reading after my breakup, just because I was so like so heartbroken that I literally was reading like self-help books, but to make myself like a better person and like a more understanding, just to open up the mind a little bit, think a little outside the box. But I read something that was talking about how when people aren't okay being alone, like they hop from relationship to relationship, they are constantly doing things with with other people, they literally cannot stand to be alone, is because they do not love themselves.
Oh, dropping the T-bomb on you.
Yeah.
That's facts, though.
And it makes sense, because why would you want to hang out with someone you don't like?
Yeah. Oh, that's so sad, because I'm like, I feel so bad, because I feel like in this world, like, there's a lot of people like that. They don't understand that they need, like, I feel like people like that need help. Like, therapy is not, like, talked about enough in a good light. Like I feel like therapy is a good thing. Like even if you don't feel like you need help, I feel like therapy is always good. But anybody who's been in any kind of traumatizing thing, let alone feels as though that they need somebody to please them in some shape or form, like they are truly afraid to be alone, like need to get like therapy. Like you need to talk to someone, not just Becky that you on the I keep using Becky. I am so sorry for any of the ladies named Becky. I have nothing. I literally never had any beef with any girl named Becky. I just love using the name Becky. That's just the example name.
And I feel like in a lot of cultures too, like therapy and like just getting help from somewhere else is like frowned upon, because they see it as like, you don't need a therapist, like just figure things out. And like I've heard that multiple times, and I'm like, it's not that easy.
It's not. I want to add on that, like I feel like honestly as times men are very like, I feel like men go through a lot of traumatizing things, and they're shut up by generations like, be a man, like don't cry, like you don't need help, like you just need to, I don't know, like be a man. And like that's not true. Like just as much that I don't know why, but like just as much as women need help and cry and actually let all their emotions out, men need the same thing. Like of course, like try and be the man of a relationship, but like men need help just as much as women. Yeah, that's that's so true, girl.
I think our society though is starting to see that more now.
Oh, for
which
sure.
I'm so glad.
Oh, for sure.
Because I can tell you a few years ago it was definitely that way. But like nowadays, like I see people being able to open up more, especially men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, congratulations to me, girl. Is this tea? Girl, see, I mean, I don't know if I should say this on stream. Like, for a long time, I'm like now celibate. Like, is that tea? I don't know if I could say that on like, is that tea? Like, no, seriously though. I don't know how long I've been celibate for, but like I've been celibate and I've actually like not, and I'm not just like, I'm not just talking about sex. I mean like celibate from any kind of intimacy. Like, girl, I haven't held hands with a guy and like only God knows how long. I'm being serious.
Oh.
I'm being so.
Hold on.
She's like, hey, what you talking about? What you doing, baby girl? No, but like I'm serious. Like I feel like that's another thing. Like, yes, intimacy is really great, but like you need to learn to be alone. Like, ever since I truly like stopped showing any man attention, I mean like flirting or like flirtatious touching or like just anything like that. I mean, when I truly like started focusing on myself and myself only, my life just went like this.
Yeah, literally what like happened to me. Because after the breakup, I was like, she
said,
I was Blake, man. I was okay. She was like, can just forget these, right? But after the breakup, I was just like, man, literally, like, I want to be alone.
I felt that.
And then, okay, wait, I have tea.
Oh,
tea. So, tea. So February, I was talking to this one guy, and I knew him before I met my ex, and I used to groom his best friend's dog.
Mm-hmm.
Girl! And I used to go at, like, I used to get there really early. So he lives all the way, like after that one bridge. I don't know the name.
It's okay, because they don't need to know exactly where that man lives.
Cool. Yeah. But I used to get there at 7 a.m., so I was leaving my house at, like, 6:30-ish. Like, I was getting there top of the morning. Okay. And I remember getting there, and they would all, like, always, like, because I would always go on a Saturday, because I used to groom the dog every weekend. And they would all just be sleeping on the ground, and, like, I would always see him wake up and look at me, and I was like this. I was like, stop. And he would always come up to me and be like, oh, like, hey, good morning. And I would be like, hey, good morning.
I can't with you.
My most recent ex, we were talking at that time. But he would always be like, good morning. And he'd be like, do you need help? And I'd be like, no, I'm good. And I used to try to, like, avoid him because, like, I low-key, like, I was trying to be like this. I said, nope, hear no evil, see no evil.
Oh, period.
Right. But anyways,
this was before y'all got together, or like after?
That was before me and my ex got together. Yeah, I was like, hear no evil, see no evil.
Then she found out.
She did, because after my ex and I broke up, that's when we kind of like met up in February, and we were just talking, and we like.
Uh-oh. Why did you look at the camera like that? She said, we
hung out and...
Hung out? Let me stop. Y'all hung out?
We hung out a few times.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So you said your ex's best friend.
No, he didn't know my ex. Like, they weren't, like, they didn't know each other.
I hope he doesn't see this.
But anyways, we hung out a few times, and I ended up... You know, he's in the military.
I can't with you.
I think that was my first military man since... Yeah, honestly, I don't know. But that was my first military man in Jacksonville. That's where she went wrong.
No, it's okay. We love all military.
I love the military. The Navy can go get me. I'm just kidding. We'll cut that off.
Sleep. I can't with you. Sleep.
But I ended up on Tinder because he was in the field. Poor man. He actually ended up walking I think it was 5 miles in pitch darkness to get service just to text me back.
Stop.
And it was low-key cold as because it was, sorry.
No, I'm literally here, okay?
It was literally cold as because it was February. But he was just he started acting off. And you know, a woman can always tell when a man starts acting off.
We have good intuition.
Yeah,
we have really good intuition.
I was I think it's time Anna started searching. So I downloaded Tinder, and I ended up seeing this one guy. His name's we can block it out. His name's and he was the finest man alive. I'm telling you, this man was 6'3", 6'4". You know, I like my tall man.
Girl,
my little 5'1" self loves me a little tree.
Yeah.
So he's this cute little Asian guy, whatever. So we go on a date. And I agreed to go. And I cried about my ex before going on that date.
Girl.
I cried on the way to the date.
Don't do this at home.
Please don't do this at home. And then recollected myself before I picked him up. So he was only here in Florida for his sister's wedding. Because he's from Connecticut. T. So I pick him up. We go on a date. It was literally the cutest date ever. It was very genuine. We went mini golfing. But then we went out and we got we sat for a while and then we got food. Oh my god, that melted already. Tea.
Sorry guys, little drink break.
We went out and we got pizza. This man decides he wants to kiss me, and in my mind I'm still thinking on
the first date.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's quick.
Oh, he was quick. But, he was fine. So, you know, I was kind of letting him. But I kind of, retracted a little bit because in my head I was like, oh, my God, am I cheating on my ex? But, part of me knew.
Wait. Pause. I understand that feeling, though. When you're still, kind of hurt by an ex and you're
yes.
You're not with. I totally, I feel like that's how I was with my last ex. Okay, I just wanted to add, we had to cut it because we had some technical difficulties. But I just wanted to add on to that. I totally felt the exact same way, getting out of my last relationship. I guess maybe that's why I'm still single now. But when they say when you truly love somebody, it is hard to move on.
Yeah.
No matter how toxic the relationship is or was, you love them through thick and thin, and truly you would have been there till the day you die. That's how I felt anyways in the last one.
No, that's how I felt too.
Yeah.
I understand you have flaws, but I'm taking them with me and we're gonna work on it together. But
you might have not decided that you wanted to stay or thought you were the best, but I was okay with staying.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's how it was for me for sure. I feel like that's how it is with most women.
Oh yeah.
We tend to stay in relationships longer than we should, and whenever it does end up staying, you still have that little love attachment, that soul ties are very much a real thing. I believe. No,
I believe in that for
believe
sure.
In soul ties, but no, girl, I totally get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But girl, going on a date and crying about your ex before the date is actually bogus. Don't do that at home. Don't do that.
But then, anyways, we got food and it was a great date. Literally, I was like, wow, you're amazing. But I still had that thought in my head. Did I just click it off? Okay. I didn't. No, I thought I did.
You scared me.
But then we went out and we got food and he we came out and it was great. I'll show you the photo of him. He's so fine. Oh, he's so fine. I literally love this man. If you're seeing this, I love you. I'm just kidding. Cut. But we came out of the pizza place and Mellow Mushroom, St. Augustine. He came up. He was acting kind of weird, and I was like, okay, now you're he was very nervous, so he was making me nervous. You know, when a big tall man is nervous, you get nervous too.
Big tall man is nervous.
I'm nervous too. So he walks towards my side of the car, and I thought he was going to open my door, but that made no sense because he was holding both of our pizzas, our leftover pizzas, and then I was like, okay. So then he was like, oh, never mind, and then he went to his side, and I was like, okay, I don't know where you're going. So I was just I was just laughing. I was like, okay. So then he started making me even more nervous because I was already nervous because this man was fine as hell. So we get in the car and he's kind of rustling around. And I'm just like, what are you doing? So I have this habit, like every time I eat, like I always like make sure I put a little piece of gum, you know. So
She's not ready.
yes,
You never know. You never know.
So he decides to kiss me right before I pulled out the gum.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And we had 2 different pizzas.
What did you eat?
I think I had a chicken barbecue extra.
Oh no! Oh no! Baby boy was tasting barbecue sauce.
And he got like...
Don't tell me garlic.
He got a pizza with extra garlic, extra onion. Like, he got some crazy on his pizza.
Ew!
So both our pizzas were fighting for, you know, they're fighting for power for sure.
Girl!
So he kisses me, and I'm, like, already really nervous. And, like, he starts kissing me, and I literally start laughing. Because I was like, this is not going to end up well. Like, as soon as I started laughing, like, it's because I knew it wasn't going to end up well. So I, like, kind of pushed him away. And he was like, what? What's wrong? And I was like, oh, nothing. And I was like, I don't think we should do that. And then he, like, tried to kiss me again. I was like, no, like, I really don't think we should do that anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, not right now. So then I pull out the piece of gum, trying to help it. And he was like, so what do you want to do now? And I was like, I think we just need to go home. So I, like, I'm like speeding him back to his like Airbnb because again he's not from here, and like I start heading home. I call my friend. I'm like, yo, like this guy kissed me. Like literally like he's perfect, but I'm like about to throw up.
Yeah,
girl, I literally like after I dropped him off, 5 minutes into the drive, I literally pulled into a bank parking lot, threw up.
Stop.
Like literally right in front of. I just literally pulled into the bank. I threw up and was like, oh my god, and I just drove off.
While he was still in the car?
No, I made sure to drop him off so I didn't traumatize him.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
Oh my god, ew. Imagine a kiss being so bad that you literally throw up. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing.
No, so I have a really weak stomach. And, like, even at work, like, if I smell something, I literally start gagging, and I'm like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So,
poor boy.
I know.
Poor
and
boy.
He's literally perfect.
Did y'all have, like,
with that man.
Did y'all go on a second date?
No. So, he hits me up the next day, asks me what I'm doing, and I told him, oh, I'm busy.
You ghosted him? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Yes. Girl, how you gonna be on the podcast? He was perfect. He was everything. But I ghosted him.
So I was like, yeah, I'm busy. And he was like, oh, well, what time will you be free? And I was like, oh, I'm pretty much busy all day. Mind you, I, like, went to get my lashes refilled just so I could go see him, too. Like, yeah. I know. Yeah, but I pretty much ghosted him. And he would, like, text me every day. Good for him. He was really trying. And I pretty much just ended up ghosting him.
You ever, like, you know that Victoria's song where it's like, I think you can I think you can use a mint, take a hint, take a hint. No, for real,
he used to text me. And I just left him on delivered, like, whatever. And I felt really bad because, like, after, like, I threw up, I literally started crying, but I missed my ex.
Oh, baby girl. See, he was perfect, but like I said, this is why you don't. Like, do not get into relationships if you know that you were still hung up on an ex, because, like, there was nothing. I mean, he had stinky dinky breath. But, like,
if he had waited 30 seconds, though.
I don't think that would have helped the situation, girl. You was crying over a whole nother man. Like, that's why I was like, I don't take things to heart anymore when I, like, one, if someone doesn't want to be with me anymore, I respect it.
Oh, yeah.
I respect it. But, like, two, like, if you're the person in the other, like, position. Wait, hold on. I was like, oh no, my earring. Okay, so sorry, my earring fell out. But anyways, I was just pretty much saying, like, if you're ever in that position, like, understand, like, if somebody ever does leave you, like, this just goes back. You got to be okay with it and understand, like, you're probably not the problem. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily saying that it was, like, her fault. Like, like, a lot of people do this without the intention of hurting others. Like, that's not what we, when I say we, not me, but I just mean, I don't believe that everybody just does that to fill a void sometimes. Like, you're trying to move on. Like, it wasn't on purpose. You're, like, actually trying to move on.
Yeah.
But, let alone, like, you got to understand, like, hey, sometimes it's not you. Like, you can be literally the best person in the world and, like, somebody's just not ready.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what happened. I like after I, took a step back and realized I literally cried about my ex 3 times plus, like
That's crazy,
on
girl.
one day, in one day, just to go on a date with an amazing guy who was like treating me perfect. Like I was literally like a little princess. And yeah, he's literally perfect, but I just knew I wasn't ready for him,
Yeah.
and I just knew I knew better than to put my past experiences and
Yeah.
my traumas on him if I wasn't fully healed. And the way I went about it wasn't the greatest. I literally just goes to this man, and he's literally
Well,
the best man alive.
yeah.
I love
At least you
him
didn't
so
lead him
much.
on. Like,
Yes.
she said, "Let me cut these ties real
Is
quick.
it-
I don't want to play games." And like,
Yeah.
it's better than leading anyone
Yeah.
on. Honestly.
So, don't forget, there's still military guy. He comes back, and then I just kind of we kind of let things wear out, and then
Fizzle.
Yeah,
It fizzled out.
we just kind of we're on and off. He has a girlfriend now. Good for him.
Period. Yeah.
Go King. Good for him. He's a king.
For real.
Yes, she's gorgeous. By the way, no hate towards him, obviously. But me and we ended up. I called him, and he
run it back. Run again.
The guy from the date.
Okay. Period.
Yeah. So I texted him actually, and he didn't answer. And I think it's because he deleted my number.
Probably.
Yes, which I don't blame him.
Yeah, if you move on, definitely delete your. This goes back on to not letting your exes go. I have a habit of blocking I block all my exes.
No, yeah,
out
same.
of respect for the next person moving forward. Because why would I keep contact with somebody that I no longer serve? At one point, I served you, and I am no longer serving you. Mm-hmm. I'm serving my new bae, and I'm trying to be a part of my new bae's family, not staying with the old. You got to let it go, leave it in the past. So out of respect, I typically end up blocking all of my exes after leaving.
Oh yeah,
or at least I usually block them once I get into something new. So I never give them the possibility or the chance to be I miss you while I'm literally in a new relationship.
Yeah, I usually do it as soon as I'm over them. Or maybe this last one, it was literally before I was even over him, because I was I can't keep seeing this.
Yeah.
Because they're posting sneaky.
Tease! Talk about it.
They're posting, how they're working on themselves and working on someone else.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's actually really... I'm working on myself for me. This,
yeah,
it makes me so mad when it's I'm gonna get better just to make you want me again, or spite at me, or when it's something spiteful, it's so annoying. I'm bro, I do not want
to. They're just posting things that they know is gonna get you into a bad mental state, and for me to, I really look down on myself for dating a person like that, because I know how I am, and I know my morals, and I know where I stand, and I would never do that to someone. So for someone to do that to me is just okay, what is going on?
I feel people that do that just don't have respect for their, or honestly, I feel they never had real respect for their partner. If you ever leave a relationship on bad terms, leave it alone. I never felt I feel me and my ex kind of left on neutral terms, not good or bad. It was just yo, I understand we're probably not really meant to be, or if anything you're not ready. And did he do some things that I didn't like? For sure. Did he do some did I do some things that he didn't like? 100%.
Oh yeah.
But I don't literally, I never let those moments get to me to a point where I'm this person's a piece of this, F this person, don't be with them, because no, I truly do believe that people grow.
Yeah.
But no, there are a lot of spiteful people in this world where they will okay, tea time, my turn. Tea time. Something that one of my exes did after I'm so glad we're not saying names.
Yeah.
One of my exes.
Just quack it out.
Yeah. So one of my exes, my last ex, his name is. And when we broke up, this was I was actually distraught, because when I love people hard. Yeah. And I definitely was in a position where I wasn't ready to let him go. This is not my last ex. This was probably one of the worst breakups I ever had. But anyways, when we broke up, we actually ended up breaking up because I accused him of cheating on me. And instead of trying to reassure me, he was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I can't do this.
Oh, so he made you feel like he was.
Yeah, he wasn't reassuring me. He was doing things that made me feel like he was cheating on me. Like, and let alone I had valid reasons to be like suspicious because of previous things that had happened in the relationship. So when you know you've done something wrong, usually you do everything in your power to make sure that your partner feels even more secure than before. Yeah, he did not do that. He just acted the same. But anyways, the point is when we broke up because I accused him of cheating and he no longer wanted to take the effort to make me feel secure. But instead, he went around and told everybody that we broke up because I cheated on him. Literally.
What?
And I heard this from businesses around town. Yeah. I'm not going to say what he does because, like, I don't want people to pinpoint who he is. But I've heard from people around town and friends, like, yeah, he's going around telling people that you cheated on him. And let alone, he made, like, nasty posts about me. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, that's crazy. I even tell, like, I have all the proof. I mean, no, I probably deleted it now. But, like, I have, like, screenshots of everything, like, of the conversation. Like, are you serious? Like, why are you going online talking crap about me when I've literally done everything in my power to make you, like, feel like the best person or do my best to put you on a pedestal?
Yeah.
Like, all I did was accuse him of cheating of something that seemed fishy. Yeah. We broke up and now he's going around telling everybody that I cheated on him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, messy. But it's whatever. I ended up, like, we never spoke again after breaking up, but, like, I forgive him because, like, last thing I'm going to do is have, like, anger in my heart to somebody who it's not worth it.
It's not worth
It's literally not worth it.
Not worth your energy.
It's not worth my energy, but that was just a really crazy situation. And it made me realize, like, I don't ever want to date somebody like that again because, like, I feel like my ex just did not, I know he did not love himself. Like, he definitely needed to go to therapy. Like, I've recommended it, but he didn't believe in it. But, you know, it kind of is what it is. But, like, we definitely live in a world full of spiteful people. It's really scary. That's another reason why I'm still single. Like, I'm being picky and I'm realizing, like, I really need to sit and wait and get to know people.
And that's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, like, get to know people before you end up hopping into a relationship. Like, I definitely believe in being friends with someone before hopping into a relationship because you really don't know who someone is even after a year of dating somebody. Like, you really you know when somebody, you really know who someone is when they hit rock bottom because that's when their true colors come out.
Yeah.
It was a really messy situation, but, like, whatever. Always wishing him well as I wish everybody well who's I've ever encountered in life. But, like, be careful, ladies, because people are spiteful. Like, that's another reason. Like, I block. Well, not the last one, but, like, I usually block seeing my ex's stories or, like, put them on restrictions and stuff because people are just so, like, petty. It's just petty. It's spiteful. Like, why can't we just bygones be bygones and understand, like, hey, if you feel like you can find better, go find better. I respect you and I'll always love you as a person. Go do what you got to do to be in a place where you feel okay at the end of the day. And if that's not with me, then that's not with me. And I got to respect that. But, like, that whole posting on social media and, like, putting each other down, it's just childish.
Yeah.
It's childish.
It's super childish. But back to where I was.
Back to the story.
Let me tell you something. So I can't even tell you when this was. So I texted. I ended up texting him. He didn't answer. So I called him. And he answered. And we talked. And I was like, hey, like, and, like, it's me. And he was like, who? And I was like, oh, like, it's Anna. Like, we went out on a date here and here. And, like, and he was like, oh, yeah, I remember you. And he was like, why are you calling me? As he should. I gave him every reason to say that. So he's like, why are you calling me? And I was like, so I just really, like, I wanted to apologize to you. And, like, I explained to him the whole situation. I didn't tell him that I threw up after he kissed me, so he might find out.
T.
But I ended up telling him how I just wasn't ready, how I cried about my ex before meeting him.
Wait, you told him all that?
Yeah.
I
didn't tell him that I threw up, obviously, because that's
like, I feel like he would feel bad about himself if you told him that.
But he like understood it completely, and I told him, I was like, I honestly knew I wasn't in the right headspace, and I really did not want, like, I just didn't want to mess things up between us because I was so hurt. And I was like, it wasn't fair for me to hurt you just because I was so hurt. And like, I just really wanted to be better for you. And I took the time. And like, at that time, I was like, I really, truly feel like I am ready. And I was like, so I would like to try things again. And if you don't want to, that's okay too. I know it's been a long time since we like talked and whatever. But I did tell him, like, I'm ready. And I'm ready to try again if you are. And I pretty much, like, I apologized for everything, and I was like, I did not mean to come off that way, and I didn't mean to like typically like do the whole ghosting thing with you, but I just didn't know how to tell you because I wasn't ready.
Yeah. And that's ladies and gentlemen, that's how it's supposed to be done. Like, definitely don't excuse me,
don't do the first part of what I did.
Yeah, like, and if you do end up doing that to someone, like, I hope you get the courage to come back around and apologize. One of my exes I had not talked to in like literally 2 years. It was like 2 or 3 years. When I say like this was one of my worst, like not even like the two before, like it was like my first real heartbreak. You know, when I feel like everybody once in their life has a heartbreak where they're like, yo, I want to jump off of a cliff.
Oh yeah.
Like this.
That was the last one.
This stinks.
I feel like this last one was like, I don't think I've ever felt that way about anyone. And I've never had such a like crash out after like a relationship, because I was like rock bottom. Like I was laying in bed for like a whole week and a half straight. And like I called out of work. My dad, like I love him for that, but he would always come in and play with my dogs and like try to keep them, happy. And he would like check in on me, like, what did you eat today? And I was like, a Stanley of water. And he would be like, you need to go eat. And I was like, I will. And like I would wait for him to leave. And like sometimes I would put myself a plate and wait for him to leave and literally just leave it there. And she became a skinny queen that week.
She said, at least I ate though. She ate, not literally, but like ate.
Yeah, she ate. She became a skinny queen. I don't recommend. I don't condone.
Don't do that.
But I was literally so depressed I didn't leave the bed, and I was like,
"That's so sad."
Yeah.
No, like,
and to see myself now, I just see how far I've come.
Period, girl. Literally, period. No, I'm so happy for you. Like everybody goes through that like once in their life. Like when I got that call. Well, one, I actually didn't know who was calling me. I was like, "Who is this?" That's always like girl tea, because he broke me. He literally broke me. And it's crazy because he was one of my shortest relationships.
Really?
And
this was my longest.
But he was my the first guy I got with after my very first high school sweetheart. So like after getting out of like such a toxic relationship, like you're like, I'm ready for the world. Like what I'm excited. Like I know what I thought I knew what I wanted at the time. Now I know for sure what I want. But like, I'm being delulu with the first guy like that I got with. And there were like multiple signs. Like, girl, when I was Delu to the Lou, like all of the signs were there. I was just blind.
No, because I was the same way. I was like this.
Girl, like I was like, I can't see, baby girl. Give me a walker.
It was definitely like have you ever heard the theory of the man you meet at 19?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know that theory, but maybe we'll get into that like another. I feel like that's a good deep talk combo. But he called me like literally like 2-3 years after like not talking. He was like, "Hey Denver," I'm like, "Who is that?" I know. I'm like, "Baby boy." I'm
this time, like,
what am I on your mind for?
Move on?
No. I don't think it had to do with not moving on. I think it had to do with like, I think he was finally at a point in his life where he's like, I need to apologize to all these women that I've hurt. Like that's just, he might have just, I don't know. I'm not going to say he missed because homie has not talked to me in like 2 years. Like, what are you doing? She's like, girl, please. Look at you now. No, but like, no, I truly do feel like sometimes men and women, like they'll get to a point in their life where they realize, wow, I fucked a lot of people over.
Yeah.
And like they're like, I need, like, in order for me to truly let go, because like in order for me to truly let go of anything in life, like I have to forgive it. I have to come to a place and make peace with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly what he did. Like he called me. It wasn't like, hey, what you doing? Like how he was just like, I just want to let you know I'm really sorry for how I treated you. Like I just wanted to call you and let you know that. And then
good for him.
You know something he was like, but like his voice totally changed. He was like, yeah, my voice is deep now. I'm like, oh, okay. But I was
trying to flex.
Girl, no, I was like, why are you telling me that? Cool. But like, no, I thought that it was crazy, but I was like, good for you for like being in a place where you felt like the need to reach out, because like homie, like he destroyed me and he knew it too.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was for me too.
Yeah, it's funny because like after like that call, maybe like 6 months later, I see him and his girlfriend like all the time at the bars now, and I'm like, they don't go there anymore, like because of a situation that happened. He was like, I feel like this is too much for the camera, but like it was like kind of weird and messy. Because they're both really young. I think he just turned 21 and she's probably 21 too, and I'm like 23, and I'm like, I'm very much over the jealousy stage. Like, baby boy, if you think you can get better, go ahead and get better. Like, I'm very confident. She's like, baby girl, it's nighttime. Have you noticed that we're in matching PJs? It's night. It's night. We're in matching PJs. But no, I wanted to bring that up because you were talking about that. I thought that was funny. But like, no, like if you ever, I think that's good for everybody. If honestly,
first of all, try not to hurt people, but if you do, try to recognize it and definitely apologize for it. Because that's how it was for me. Because I was thinking about it and I was like, well, why isn't he talking to me?
Yeah.
And then I realized, well, like, I unintentionally, like, I told him that too. I was like, me trying to save you from me hurting you from being hurt, hurt you because I didn't know how to communicate that.
Communication.
Like, because and that's the thing I struggled with the most. I think now it's gotten a lot better. But it was definitely communication, like my weakest point, because trust, girl, there was days like I went a whole week without talking to my ex because of some stupidness.
Stop it.
And we lived in the same house.
A week?
We lived in the same house.
Girl, that's crazy. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. But I went a week without talking to him because I didn't know how else. Because every time he asked me what was wrong, I would always tell him. And it's like, we were just we just kept going back to the same thing and keep arguing and keep getting upset. So I was literally like, I'm Helen Keller. So
you funny, girl. Bye.
I was literally like minimum. Like, I talked to him minimum, but like I was not talking to him. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm glad you recognize that though, because like a lot of people don't realize, not even realize, like there's just a lot of toxic traits that people have, and they won't realize that it's toxic. And I'm like proud of anybody who recognizes their toxic trait and truly change it. Like that takes a lot.
Yeah, he called me out on it. He was like, dude, like we live in the same house and you haven't talked to me in a week. And I was like, I literally just don't have anything nice to say to you right now. So I was like, and I'm just being quiet so I don't hurt your feelings. And that was the first time that was the second time I almost broke up with him. And there was 2 other times. And the last one, I knew I should have broken up with him, and I think he felt it too, because he was like, oh, like, please don't leave me. Like, I can't do it without you. And like that night I thought a lot. And that night was almost like my breaking point. Like, I think if he hadn't said that to me, he hadn't done what he did, like apologize and like been so nice, I probably would have broken up with him.
Do you think it would have been better if he did at the time?
I think I probably should have broken up with him by like maybe the second time he did something wrong.
That part. Us women, and not like when we see the red flags, I don't know why we don't run. Because like I don't
like this. No, maybe it's pink.
Red flag. It's okay.
It's just hot pink.
I'm colorblind today.
We're like this. It's hot pink.
We'll try again tomorrow.
It's hot pink. It's not red.
Yeah, it's not red.
It's pink. I love pink.
Stop. But like,
yeah. But that last one was definitely like red flag. Like, I should have been like, yeah.
Same though. No, same situation. I tried breaking up with my ex, I think on like 3 separate occasions, And like, honestly, looking back at it, like, I don't think that it was like wrong. Like, I knew what I wanted in a relationship, and like, I don't think he was ready to let go of his old lifestyle.
Yeah.
And when he ended up deciding to break up with me, I think it's because we got to a point where I was like, fine, I'm going to be okay with your lifestyle. But like, understand that if you do these certain things that I say that I'm not okay with, you're going to hurt me. And that's your choice. Like, I'm not going to tell, we are grown adults. I'm never going to tell a man or anyone what to do. Like, you make your own choice, but I'm going to let you know what's going to hurt me and what doesn't. And when I like kind of made a decision, like, I'm just going to let you do whatever you do, that's when he kind of chose to break up with me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hoping like it was out of like, that's just what it seemed like. It seemed like he broke up with me out of respect. Like, he had enough respect for me to leave.
Well, that's pretty much like the time that I went quiet for a week.
Yeah.
It was pretty much that I literally told him, I said, I told you what's upsetting me. I told you that this was going to upset me.
Yeah.
You went behind my back. You did it anyways. And then I told you, like, you already upset me. That's fine. I accept, he didn't even apologize, honestly. But I was like, I accept the situation. But from now on, I just expect you to do better and do it correctly. And I told him, I said, if you do these things, you are going to upset me. And he indeed did those things because I caught him doing it multiple times.
Multiple times is crazy. Baby, 1 time, shame on me. 2 times, all right, I gave you the benefit of the doubt. 3 times.
Yeah, so after multiple times of him doing said stupidity, I just went quiet because I was like, I have nothing nice to say to you right now. And if I blow up on you, I'm going to be in the wrong. So I was like, I'm just going to take peace.
Period. And look at us now.
I said, oblivion is bliss, and I'm blessing you with this right now.
Period.
I'm blessing you
Sometimes the best thing that you can do for anyone is just stop.
And I was telling him, I'm like, I'm literally blessing you with not talking to you right now. So you should take that and go have fun.
A whole week though, that's crazy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a certified yapper girl. Yap.
I am too. I get on the phone with my friends and just
that's crazy though. Yeah, but I'm glad you grew from that situation though.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna bounce off of that. Yeah. Like at this point, we're just giving you guys like tips and relationships based off of our own experiences.
Yeah.
But
funny story time.
No, funny story times. But like definitely, honestly, I feel like in any relationship, it should be, at least in a monogamous relationship, a man should be the one that should be chasing after a woman. It should never be a woman chasing after a man. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Like, for no, sure. You're supposed to be the provider. Honestly, if we could go back in the day, boy, put me in the kitchen. I don't even want to work no more. No, like, put me in the kitchen, baby. Let me cook you something to eat. I'll take care of the kids. Like, you pay the bills.
And that's why I'm cutting off too, because I just feel like I'm chasing him a little too much.
Yeah, I'm never.
And you've heard about it and you've seen it too, so he's like getting cut soon.
Yeah, this is like low key why I also don't flirt with guys anymore, because their head gets so big they look like Jimmy Neutron. Like, I can't. I literally don't like flirting anymore because like it's crazy. Like the second a really beautiful woman lets a guy know that he's attractive, he thinks he can get any woman in the world, and they no longer want to act right. And this isn't all men, but this is just from my own personal experience. So like maybe this is like literally why I just don't like interacting with guys like that anymore. Like I literally only have 2 guy friends. Like, men kind of scare me at this point.
Oh, literally.
Like, no, like
scared. Like they come up to me and I'm like, no, I have a girlfriend. Girl, I'm straight.
Yeah. Yeah, no, literally. I'm just I won't say traumatized, but I'm just like, I'm kind of like fed up. Like, I'm literally fed up. Like, I'm excited to see what the future holds, because the past is like not so great.
I know. I really hope the future is better.
Period. No, period. Period to the future. Cheers to the future. Hold on. Let me grab my. Oh, wait. We're not getting our drinks.
Okay.
Cheers to the future.
Cheers.
Okay, so like, since we're on the topic of our exes, and I feel like this is a good question to ask like anybody on the street.
Yeah.
Would you ever get back with an ex that tore you apart? Like the one that you're currently talking about, that like you clearly like cried over a lot. Like, If he like changed his way, would you get back with him?
No.
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 Period.
I just feel like he kind of knew where he was getting himself into when he broke up with me in a way, because he hit me with, I just need to work on myself. And okay, sometimes a man really does need to, but this was not the case. Backtrack. But he's like, I just need to work on myself. I just blah blah blah. Maybe in the future we can try again.
So he was full of
girl. Yes, he needed a colonoscopy. He literally just like, I need to work on myself. I need to be better. He's like, maybe in the future we can try again.
I hate that line.
And then he was like, maybe we just need to experience different people and like try it out with other people before we try again. And I told him, I was like, if you do that, it's like you're literally burying it all down. Like, it's done. I'm
not the type of person, like, the second you find a new girl, baby boy, I'm not coming back. Like,
no, literally.
That's why I was like, I respect you if you feel as though you can go find better, but the second that you end up trying to find a woman and you feel as though that you found better, the door's not opening back up for you. I want a man who recognizes that he lost something amazing. And if he does leave me, he works on himself to be the best version for me. That's the type of man that I want. I don't want a man like, let me go find another woman who's okay with...
breaks up with me to be with others.
Literally breaks up with me to go be with others who are okay with my flaws that I'm not willing to change for the woman that's like okay with changing for me. I'm assuming you were like...
And then like, doesn't find better and comes back to what if he knows is like... Or like, he just like settles for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows what home is, which is what a lot of girls say. Oh, he know where home is.
I feel so bad. I feel so tea time. I feel so bad for women who constantly accept a man back into their home after he's constantly looking for other women who are better than her. I'm like, baby, like, have some self-respect.
He's just comfortable.
He's going back to you not because like I miss her or I need her. He's coming back to you because he knows that he's able to play games while he's with you. You're allowing him to. You're allowing
him to step
that.
all over you.
No, literally, like you allowing a man to come back in after, and maybe he did find himself. Like there are those rare occasions where they end up finding themselves and they realize like, I was an idiot. Like what made me think that this is what I should do? But most of the time, like men will leave and then come back, and then they'll leave and then come back. It's because they see that you're okay with their problems, but in reality they're still going to go out and do the exact same thing like ladies do. And gentlemen, don't let a woman come into your home and then walk away to look for another home, and when that person won't accept the trashy ways that they have, they go back to you, or they might go find out that this person that they were originally chasing after when they were with you doesn't actually want to be with them, or maybe vice versa. At the end of the day, they're not coming back because, well, not all the time, but like most occasions like they're not coming back because they feel like, oh, you're amazing. They're usually coming back because you allow them to walk all over you.
Yeah,
like at the end of the day, like this girl didn't want me, or like this girl like threw me away, or maybe I don't like this girl anymore, so I'm gonna go back to the home that like I'm comfortable with, or back to the home where they allowed me to do whatever I wanted, you know?
Because at the end of the day, he knows where he can lay.
Tea.
And a dog always come back to who is feeding it. And if your dog is not barking, someone else is feeding it.
And if you're with a man who like makes you cry every night, I hope and pray that you get the courage to walk away from that situation, because majority of the time they're not going to change until they're truly in a spot where all women or all men put that person in a place where they have to be alone, where they have to look at themselves and reflect. Like a lot of people who bounce from relationship to relationship end up never growing because they don't get in a place where they reflect.
Yeah.
Tea.
They definitely don't.
But do you want to add anything, or do we want to close out this first episode?
I think we touched everything.
Yeah.
I think that's all. So, wait. Would you take your ex back?
Oh no!
Because I know for me, like I said,
how the cards have turned.
Because for me, dead. What's the quote again? Dead, gone, and buried. Yeah.
Dead, gone, and buried.
He knew what he was getting himself into, and he walked away. So, would you take your ex back?
That's a tough question. I won't say yes or no, because I don't feel like our breakup was toxic. It definitely wasn't. Like, we very much respected one another, where it was a very well communicated relationship. Did we like piss each other off sometimes? Yes. But like
relationships.
No, for real. But it wasn't like the worst thing in the world. I just feel like he wasn't ready to be in a relationship, period. I don't know what he's doing. I don't stalk that man. I really don't know. I don't know what that man's doing. But like, if one of my friends come to me and says homie got into a new relationship, then I'm gonna be like, no. No. But I really don't. Homie could be in a whole relationship right now. Like, I don't really know what he's doing. But honestly,
I blocked my ex too, so it's like I don't want to see what you're doing.
Fun fact, my ex actually blocked me first. And I think it's because when we broke up, I told him that he knew this. I told him that I block all my exes. I was like, listen, like, I looked him straight in the face. I was like, listen,
no, you
like,
do be blocking people.
Oh, she knows I be blocked. I don't play. I block so quick. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Friends too. I'm like, I told him, I looked him in the face. I was like, listen, I respect your decision for letting me go. Like, do what you need to do to be the best version of yourself. But I was like letting him know, I was like, listen, like, if I end up moving on or I get to a place where I feel like I don't want to know what you're doing anymore, I'm going to block you. But like I said, when I get into a new relationship, you're blocked. You're never getting a chance to see what I'm doing, see who I'm talking to ever again, because it's none of your business anyway.
Yeah.
But I think with that knowledge, he decided to block me first. I don't know if it was like pettiness or like
he's like, oh, she's not blocking me.
She's
not blocking me.
I decided not, because like it was fresh. I decided not to block him yet, but I was like, eventually, obviously, I'm gonna end up blocking you when I move on. But homie like blocks me, and it's probably because like I was still like, I don't know. I'm usually like, I was okay with the breakup. I was happy go lucky. Like, I was just posting my life. Like, I was excited to see what life has for me, and maybe he couldn't handle that. I actually don't know, or maybe he just knew at some point like I was gonna block him, so he blocked me first. But that's like that's a question. I don't know. I really don't know. But
valid.
Yeah, it's neutral. It's neutral.
Tea on blocking people though. I had posted like this TikTok about like how pretty much like his friends is kind of one of the reasons why our relationship kind of got ruined. Like his newer friends. Yeah, tea right there. But I like posted something on TikTok, and I guess he saw it and showed it to his friends, and all of a sudden I got like 10 like follow requests on TikTok, right? So I was like, oh my god, someone followed me, so I followed them back, right? And then like someone else like followed me, and then another guy, and then another guy, and then another guy, and then another guy, and I was like, wait a minute, I know these names. And I was like, are you kidding me? So literally all his friends, like, they all just decided to follow me. All of a sudden we're besties and we're following me, right? So I was like, oh, that's really funny. So it literally was so funny because I wanted to block out his friends, but like I didn't want to like look for them, in a way, because I didn't really know their names or what their handles were. So they made it real easy for me. He got blocked and all his friends got blocked, and then because they did a group following, they got a group blocking.
No, girl, it's funny because they was probably all together when they did it too.
No, they're like, oh my
god, yeah, bro. Follow her right now. We need to stalk her together. Team. What team? No, girl.
So they all followed me together. They all got blocked together. And now, all of a sudden, they were trying to stalk me so hard that none of them could see anything I was posting.
Period. And that's how it should be, girl. Like, block them all. Block.
They just made it easy for me because, like, you literally just made sure that, like, you just showed me that you were all stalking me.
Yeah.
And now you can't, because now you all just got blocked.
Yeah.
And my friend and I were cracking up on FaceTime because I called her as soon as it happened. And she's like, they're literally running on like a quarter of a brain cell, like all of them. They're all sharing it because why would they think it's a good idea for all of them to follow you and stalk you?
No, for real. At the same time, I'm like, you don't think sometimes I just feel like
that's suspicious.
Man, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Everyone go. On 3.
At the same time, no, men are kind of like, not all men, but like a lot of men are kind of dumb.
You're all like this. Ready? On 3.
1, 2, 3, go. No, men are like low-key really slow.
All of them lost access. Yeah, all of them lost access to me all at once. It was a group thing. They made it real easy for me, real quick and easy. If you're watching this, thank you. Thank you. You made my life so easy.
Kisses.
Kisses
No, mess around and find out. That's actually hilarious.
Yeah. Group blocking. So.
Yeah, I never ended up. I didn't block any of my. It's funny because like, I'm still friends with my ex's friends. Like, sorry, like we're all friends now. Like,
well, I wasn't friends with them. I didn't like them. They're stupid as.
They
were really stupid, and like every time I hung out with them, I felt like I was losing brain cells, and I did have to. I know this is going out there. I'm sorry, putting out your tea out there. I had to explain to my ex why he needed to stop smoking and doing drugs, and why it was bad for him. Do you not like? What do you mean you don't know what's wrong with it? You know what I'm saying? And multiple times I covered for him. Like his parents would come home and I would like hide all his stuff for him and be like, you need to stop doing this. And like, I like hid his stuff all the time from his parents because I didn't want his parents to know that I knew and be like, you didn't say anything about it because he had already had issues.
That's his own place to do that though. Like, honestly,
I know.
Yeah.
It's just that I lived there. So like if things blew up, it was kind of like I was in the middle too.
Yeah.
And like he had already had issues with his parents catching him with things. And for them to like, for me to hide that and like tell them multiple times, it was kind of.
Yeah. Honestly, just to avoid that, guys, I was going to say on 3, like you knew what I was going to say. Don't do drugs.
Yes.
Don't do drugs.
No.
We don't promote that. That was...
But for me to have to explain that to a grown man is kind of insane.
Yeah, no, you should, like, first of all, you should know what the problems are with you taking any kind of substances. So, like, I hate explaining to people what the issues are. Like, we're grown adults. Like,
yeah.
If I ever have to educate somebody, of course I'm going to educate someone. But,
yeah, but it was just, like, stupid, like, but why? Like, it was just kind of like a, but why? You know? Yeah.
Did you explain to him? He still said, but why?
Yeah.
He didn't want to know why. He didn't care.
He didn't want to know why.
He didn't want to know
And he knew, like, he would lose his job if he got caught. And I still was like, you know, like, hey, like, let's not do this.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah, no, like running on. Let me like go back because I definitely just said on screen like I was neutral about getting back with my ex. Like no, no, I'm not. Let's run it back. Let me just like add more onto that because like one, I don't want people like
this is not a sign to come back.
No, baby, that's not what this. This is not what this is.
This is not a sign.
This is not a sign to come back. Unless you feel in your heart, I need to change for her. But like no, like. This is not me saying come back. Please don't do that.
Pull up with 40 bands and some flowers.
She said pull up with 40 bands and some flowers.
Oh. Maybe a new car while you at it.
She's speaking my language.
Yeah.
You want to come back into my life? Give me 40 bands. How about that?
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. I need some real love. But no, I was running back on that. Like, baby, I'm staying single till 2025. Like, if anybody's ever getting a chance again, I mean, like anybody, you're gonna have to wait till next year because I'm like.
I think I need to start doing that too.
What? I'm being I'm putting a set date on it. Like nobody's getting a chance. Like I'm truly focusing on myself. Like I don't want anybody to stop my grind, let alone like my mental ever again. Like if you're not mentally healed, please do not hop in my DMs. Like if you're
out of there.
If you're not mentally healed, don't hop in my DMs. If you're not over your ex, don't hop in my DMs. If you know that you can't fulfill me, don't hop in my DMs. If you know you still want to if you want to be in an open relationship, do not hop in my DMs because I'm not with that either. Like, yeah, baby girl got boundaries, and I put my foot on the ground. If anybody ever tries me again with, well, I'm not going to change for you. Bye. The door's right there.
Right. You don't have to change.
You don't have to,
just walk away.
That's like the one thing that I don't understand. There are literally, like, we live in a generation where people are so open with communication. Like, you don't want to be loyal to me? That's fine. There's probably a girl right next to me who doesn't want to be loyal to you too. You guys cannot be loyal to each other.
Yeah.
Like, and that's usually an open relationship, or honestly, that's just like, you know, like F buddies.
Yeah.
Like literally, like we live in a generation where you can find anyone and anything wanting, like literally anything. Like, so why pretend or like why be with somebody when you know you can't fulfill their own needs?
Yeah. When you know there is someone who will fulfill your
literally
needs.
Like you're just
and will meet your standards, high or low.
And standards can be anything. Like I'm not saying like I'm not going to tell anybody what a perfect relationship is. It's everybody thinks a perfect relationship is different.
I mean, if you want a relationship, you can find people for that. If you want, again, to just fuck buddies, you can find people for that. Lord knows there's a lot of that in Jacksonville. Girl, that's what everybody
They be calling
wants.
Jacksonville Dirty Duval, and I had to find out, y'all. I was like, what is Dirty Duval?
She f***ed around.
I didn't.
She found out.
I did not, if anything.
No, she did not.
But I found out. I was like, I really did find out. I'm like, yo, everybody's really like just out there, but it's like open. Like I feel like it's really hard dating.
It's well known.
It's well known.
Like
they don't say Dirty Duval for nothing. But like no, we love Jacksonville. Like this is a beautiful place to visit. Yes. But like dating, it's hard. It's hard here.
The dating scene, I think,
it's definitely hard. It's hard here. Mental health. I'm just blaming on mental health right now. People, please go to therapy, gang.
Oh my god, group therapy session.
Group therapy session.
I love that. Let's all get together downtown Jacksonville.
Yeah, let's all get in a little group. Yes. Kumbaya.
Every weekend. Mm-hmm. Every Sunday after church.
Yeah.
We shall all meet.
Yeah, period. But you got anything else to add? Or she was like, this is it. We're closing the chapter of our first episode. I hope you liked our tea and our little story times. If you want to hear anything else or like other things that you want to hear us talk about, definitely put in the comments section. Let us know what you thought. Mm-hmm. Like honestly, like put down there like what advice can you give to people who are looking for love, or like what kind of sticky situations did you get into? Because like girl, we're gonna be reading every single one of your comments.
Oh yeah, we will.
Mm-hmm. T. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram.
Yes, we will link those down.
Yes, we're gonna put all the links probably right here. Yes. And do you want to put anything else?
Leave some comments of what you want to see next.
Yeah. Love you guys. Thank you for joining us.
Things coming up.
Yes, girl. Yes. We're gonna put our email in there. Anybody who wants to like pop up on here, let us know.
Yes. If you want to
join.
Feature right in the middle.
No, for real. Join the little friend sesh. I love that. Yes. Join the little session. But all right, guys, we'll see y'all next time.
See ya.